Hello, everybody.
I like having fun. I like to laugh. I like to meet people who can make me laugh. I like having fun.
Oh my God.
Yes, I like to laugh. I like having fun to meet
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's Tim Heidecker here with a little. I'll get right out in front of this. A little. You might have heard it the other night, Tuesday night. A little congestion. I'll be honest with you. Tremendous amount of congestion, but health-wise, energy-wise, perfectly fine. No fever or anything like that. Energy's great. Just snot in the nasal canal, ear canals, but no infections. Not tested for COVID, so I have no clue if I either had COVID, have COVID, will. I could be contagious. We don't know. But it doesn't matter. We're back on Thursday it is, for Office Hours Live here in Glendale, California, where it is Thursday, November 7th. The weather is crisp. Luckily, the winds have calmed down. Yesterday was tremendously windy. An angry wind coming through the canyon up here. We're happy to be here, and I've got, of course, behind me. By the way, I'm back to the microphone because on Thursday, I can't get these days right.
Tuesday.
The other night, I was talking about how all numbers sound the same, if you remember that. And
I remember that.
now it's also true about days: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
This show just can't be about talking about numbers.
And but Tuesday night. It was fun to be on mic because now I could do stuff like this.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And I could rise above the waves of drops and callers.
Hi, I'm Mike Lowe.
So it feels good. I realized what I was missing. It was the convenience of the lav was nice. It wasn't even that convenient because I was very tied in. I couldn't go anywhere. So we're going to go back to this style for now. There's also talk of me going back to the seated position. We're not really there yet. There might be a world looking into the future, where we do a Mahar or a Leno scenario, where I start here with you and then retire to the chair for this after 20 minutes. I look in this way because I do have a guest in the studio. We'll be introducing him in a moment after I introduce the great DJ Douggpound.
Good morning, of course.
And over my left shoulder, yet to lay with a woman. Or a man.
I don't know how to tell my kids that.
Victor the Virgin Burger.
What's up, everybody?
Coffee and I like tea.
Which is it this morning, coffee or tea?
I got both
Copy that.
in one cup.
Copy that.
Now, you think, is that a drink that people are making, a coffee-tea mix?
Coffee
You don't
tea.
hear about that.
Let's start it.
Yeah, why don't they make that?
Key. People are loving the introduction of a new state from Tuesday night. I introduced two new states, Dunkey, and what was the other one? Minor.
No, Junior.
I'd like to see a new map. So all my artists out there, make me a new map. Junior. Was that what it was, Doug?
It was
Junior?
Junior.
That's
Dunkey
up
and
in
Junior.
the north. That's up in New England. And Dunkey is between Virginia and North Carolina. Very thin strip. No, not donkey.
Oh.
Dunkey. Anyways, my guest in the studio, it's been a while since we've had him around, but he's definitely an old man. No, he's an OG, as my daughter would say, to the podcast and to friendship itself. Mikey Kampmann is here, representing the
West Side.
215.
West Side.
No, I'm talking about the 215 area code with that T-shirt on.
Oh, Philly.
Hell yeah.
Philly,
610, baby.
Philly.
610-215.
It's great
You
to be
don't
back
live in
here.
Philadelphia, but you...
In spirit, hardly, but yeah, for sure.
You and Doug made a new Two Wet Crew video, which we were going to be premiering during the halftime show today, during the break. Is that correct, Doug?
That is correct. It's starring Dave England, and he's going to zoom in later too, I think, to discuss it after the
What's
screen.
next, Brad France?
Thank you.
Tim.
It's getting ridiculous.
Nice.
I said my energy was good. It's a little shaky this morning. I think I got abducted again last night.
Who have you been getting abducted by?
Fucking Greys, aliens.
No.
Yeah, seriously.
The Greys got you.
Yeah, I did.
You see that?
This happened a couple weeks ago. Quiet. This happened a couple weeks ago. They're laying in bed, dead asleep. And then next thing I know, I'm floating up into the sky. I'm like, what the hell? Cut to me on an operating table, probes going in my nose and in my ass. And this Gray's on top of me, going to town on my ass.
And?
Then I wake up, and I wake up, I'm in my bed. I'm like, what the hell was that blood on my sheets? And that was a couple weeks ago. I didn't tell anybody. And wouldn't you know it, last night, same damn thing happened. And this time I feel like I should get out in front of it.
Talk to neighborhood watch about it. Could be.
Yeah, get it next door.
Well, I'm looking because my neighbor has that Ring cam. So I wrote him, I said, can I get a copy of your Ring cam from last night? I want to see what the hell's going on.
I want to see that Gray's ring cam. Smashing your hole.
No, but I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of. What's that? Gray's fucking abducting me, ramming me all night. I can't get I don't know.
Got a healthy sex life, it sounds like.
I don't know if
nice.
it's. I wouldn't qualify it as sex.
Tim, did you see that Tucker Carlson was mauled by a demon?
I did see that. I was going to bring that up in
I
the
think
last
there's a lot
show.
of paranormal stuff going on here.
Yeah, it
He
could have
was
been a demon.
sleeping-
I don't know. It might have been a demon. These guys look like the classic UFO pilots that you see with the big head and the big black eyes. It's scary, man. I see them come in my room. I go, here we go again.
As someone who's known you for a long time, I find it incredible for you to be having these experiences and talking so openly about it. I mean, this is the kind of shit you would have made fun of us for talking about.
Well, I'm a
on
believer
tour
now.
bus or
Like
whatever.
Mickey Dolenz would sing, I'm a believer. I couldn't see her if I tried. What is it? Vic, lyrics?
And I saw her face. Whoops. Saw her face.
What about, we should do a parody of that.
I'm a believer.
Well, then I saw their faces. No doubt in my mind.
I'm abducted.
And
I've
then I
been
saw
probed. I've been probed. I believe it. It's terrible what happened to me.
Then you could do like the last UFO to Romulus, or where are they from in space, do you think?
Romulus.
Nebula or Nibiru.
Now, if you've been molested by aliens like I have in the middle of the night, call in today.
I've made out with aliens.
Copy.
A three-way kiss with aliens.
They have tongues?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
They don't have a genital though, right?
Just a big old mound.
Yeah.
Gray mound.
It tucks away.
All right, let's
They
go
got
through the show
proboscis
today.
comes
Obviously,
out.
Mikey's here to provide mirth and entertainment. We will talk about the election a little bit with Walter Masterson. People might have seen his work on TikTok and Instagram. He's one of these
Couple?
huh?
Odd Couple as well.
Not Walter Matthau.
Oh, sorry.
I'd love to get his take on the election.
Oh.
Get him back from heaven.
Wow. Without I can't do his voice. Wow.
How would you? Yeah, well, you're known for your impressions.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
There you go, Vic. Oh, I don't know about. This is my Walter Matthau impression. Hey, that's pretty good. Shut up now. Hey, quiet. I'm doing it. This is my Walter Matthau impression. Okay. Now I voted for Donald Trump. Because I'm aggrieved. Something like that. Netflix is calling right now about getting me a special. Can you do that Matthau for us?
People are demanding more math out on Netflix. That's for sure.
That's HBO, clown. But Walter Masterson is Masterson. Masterson he's one of these guys that goes up to people with the microphone. Everyone's got those little microphones that's like a
Subway
little Bluetooth
ticket
thing. Yeah,
Oh.
it's like that. But big black things, big black squares that are Bluetooth. Everyone's wearing them now. Everyone's walking around with them.
Oh, the clip-on. Yeah. Everyone just cookie cutter shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not this guy. I mean, I wouldn't want to.
Oh, sorry. He's coming on the show. Yeah, he's the best. No, he's the.
But he goes up and
good.
talks. He's one of these guys. It's not. We'll get into it with him. I thought he had a very good post after the election that I took to heart. We could talk to him about that. Felt, what are you gonna do?
By the way, Vic-
this is the good news is, of course, I think. Sorry, Doug. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, Vic and I are really holding back on the Trump drops, as you noticed.
The show's been on for, actually, it's been on for quite a
12
bit.
minutes.
12 minutes, yeah.
I think we've only had like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Well, there is talk
Smell
of
of
do we pull back from that? I want to get into all that later, but
We're moving on.
the bright side is it was quick. It was it was. There's no question.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Someone's on.
no.
Tim Apple.
I know it happened. Calm down. It's this damn universal audio.
You're a crumb creep.
Welcome to the future.
Hello.
Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around.
Ignore this call.
All right, I just have to quit Zoom because the audio on my main computer here is so diseased.
True, bless me, Holy Trinity.
I have this beautiful, very expensive universal audio interface, and it randomly disconnects. Imagine if I'm in here recording with Jim Keltner, getting drum tracks for a new album, and suddenly it just disconnects. Imagine that situation.
Computers!
I lost my train of thought, but the good news was it was quick, it was decisive, it was unanimous, basically. Not unanimous, of course, but it was like, all right, well, this is where we live. This is the country we are a part of. This
Snapshot.
is a snapshot of the mood of the country. Certainly lots of discussion out there about why that is, why that's... Go ahead, Mike.
Well, and then 2 wildfires started in California yesterday as a sort of like cosmic response.
I don't think that's...
I think it's related.
I don't believe that.
Yeah. Well, this is someone who's getting probed by aliens at night. I think it's all related.
I don't think so. I mean, I was kidding about that, by the way, about the aliens and the probes. I was doing a bit, a routine. Okay. But I do like the way I should always have a cold. Doesn't my voice sound quite luxurious today? Or is it annoying?
Sounds good to me. I mean, I like hearing it.
You like a little bit of this.
Shows you're like a real person.
Little velvet. Let's take a call, Matt. I can't see the Zooms.
Yeah, we got Sam has a topic, and let's hear what he has to say.
Condolences to Sam Cedar, by the way. His mother passed away on top of everything else, and was speaking with him. We called into their live show on Tuesday, and had tremendous audio issues, technical issues. Not this guy. No, I don't want to talk to this guy, man. Why'd you bring this guy in? He was just on Tuesday.
Was he?
Yeah. He was no shirt.
Oh, there he is.
Anyways, Sam and I had a nice laugh about that. He thought it was intentional. I was not, but it worked out anyway. It was very funny.
Huh?
My knobs are a bit antiquated.
Let's hear what he's got to say. He's here.
Sucky, lovey, mommy.
Oh, this is Sam. I didn't recognize him with a shirt.
Yes, we can hear you.
Move to your left a little. You're like, yeah, there you go. Center yourself.
You want me to take the shirt off?
Can
No,
you
we don't.
soundproof your room a little?
Huh?
What is it that you need to say now that you've already? I just spoke to you 2 days ago.
Huh?
You're like my mom. I only need to speak to you like every 2 weeks. Okay? I don't know.
Thanks for picking up Mommy last night. Had a really good time. I was wondering, my wife said you were hot, Tim.
Thank you.
And it made me wonder, I don't want to comment on your looks or whatever. I know you don't like that, but she said you were looking good. So I was wondering, when you're out on the road, you're a married guy. Do you ever have like women trying to come on to you? And if so, like, how do you handle that?
I'm going to tell you about how I behave on the road, which is is privileged information. Mikey's been on the road with me. Vic has been on the road with me. Let me tell you something. You know the expression, what happens in Vegas, right? Well, we have our own expression. What happens on the road stays on the road.
Are you serious?
Okay?
Yeah, take your shirt off and stuff it up your mouth.
If the buses are rocking, don't come a knocking, okay? That's the way we do it. And my wife understands that. That when I go to bring home the bacon by doing my job and working my ass off, all right, sweating it out on stage, that there ought to be some reward for that at the end of the day.
You know the rules.
You know the deal.
Sexual intercourse.
But seriously though, Tim.
Oh yes, of course. Let's button it up.
Sex.
No, I don't know. No.
Has it ever happened to you?
Has what ever
The
happened?
only rappers I've seen next to Tim's bed.
After the show,
You don't think I'm going down there to Diddy's Island after every show?
Are you fucking dumb?
The only rappers I've seen next to Tim's bed at the end of a night is fucking Snickers bars. Okay?
Easy.
Oh, sorry. No swearing?
No, that's
Oh, it's just the Snickers.
You never have like a
You're
woman,
eating
like,
them. You're
bone
not
herself
sleeping
on
with
you?
them.
No, I don't. I don't. For the past several years, when I finish a show, I go back to the dressing room and hang out with the band or whoever I'm on tour with, and we chit chat a bit and check our email, and then get out of there. So I'm not really interfacing or interacting.
You're not really mingling with them. I would be the one that would bring the records back for you to sign. You don't have to see them.
And it's not an animus towards anybody. It's just like, I just did a show. I'm exhausted. I have to save my voice because it's like I'm screaming for 2 hours, and I don't want to blow it out by like talking, which is really fundamental to being able to do it all the time. So I learned that over years. And speaking of which, the tour, next tour is happening in January. I hope you'll make it out there, friend. That's coming.
You're going to be in New York, right?
Yeah, to Brooklyn Steel. Which is the name of, I don't know, a male porn actor that I've been spending a lot of time with.
Can I answer this question real quick?
The alien.
Tim, he has an arrangement where if it's an alien probing, it's okay. So he goes back to the bus and he prays for an abduction.
All these women show up dressed as like aliens. Well, what are you gonna do? Now let's clean this talk up. We don't. No one. People don't like to talk
just
about.
Curious if it ever.
I heard you. You're curious.
He's so curious about that.
What are you, Curious George?
I'm curious. The audience.
What are you, like goddamn monkey with an owner who wears a big yellow cowboy hat?
Dude, we're so curious. I want to know more about Vic.
You don't want to know about that.
No, not about you.
I can't take this guy's.
Are you going to take a sip of water or not?
Get him out of here.
Take the sip.
I tell you what, this is also the room tone. It's like, get a microphone if you want to be on camera.
Yeah, what's with this echoey ass room you're in?
We're tired of it.
In a dentist office?
Thank you.
Get out of here.
Bye.
Get out of here. Out,
Go back to
out. Be nice. Out.
That's where John Bonham recorded his drums on when the
Zeppelin
levee
4?
breaks. He's in that same bathroom.
That's funny. Thank you, buddy.
Nasty little.
Again, people get real upset about. People get real upset that this is like me and like that I hate this guy or something. We're playing around. Like
I like that guy.
Cat with a mouse.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think it's fun, but this is a different culture we're living
Oh
in.
yeah, 215. 215, right?
How the Eagles doing? 6-2. You told me. Wow.
It's all numbers, like you said.
Yeah. Should we do the city of the day now because our friend is calling in at 10:30, Matt?
The city of the day. City of the day.
Right on the mic. I ain't much more to say. That's all I. City of the day.
Yeah, David Bowie style.
City of the day. Oh, shit. Stand by.
Uh-oh.
City of the Day is sponsored by Just.
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's like au jus.
Au jus.
Au jus.
Ah. Once again, allergy season is upon us and sneezing is inevitable. Sure, you can take allergy medicine, but why support Big Pharma and fill your body with drugs? Learn to love your sneezes with Atju, the all-natural sneeze enhancer that smells like French meat juice. Just snort 2 fat rails of Atju when you wake up, and your home or office will smell like Julia Child herself is cooking as you blast savory beef mist throughout the day. Smells so good, in fact, that friends and colleagues will ask that you please don't cover your mouth. Wow. Choose from French dip veal, caramelized 5-onion, whipped clam, and dozens of other air-watering flavors. Available in the cocaine section at Erewhon. So sneeze, please, with Achoo! Now it's time for the theme song, please.
Sniffing it up, let it blast. Turn your sneeze into a good smelling gas. Snort the dust, blast the goo. They're gonna like the smell of au jus.
All right, let's...
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful one.
I'm getting into hyperpop.
Love that.
Is that what that is? Hyperpop?
Well, it's not really. I'm trying.
I don't know what hyperpop is, but...
Like
Sophie.
hyper...
Hyperbolic. I want to go like a hyperbolic tank.
So I have some Gruyere cheese.
You sure do. All right, who's representing the city of the day?
Take it away, Nigel.
Hello, Nigel. You doing, mate? You all right?
Yes, I'm well. City of the day is BX, the Bronx.
Oh, the Bronx. How do you like it when our Dodgers beat your ass into the ground?
Yeah, it was rough.
Boy, oh boy, talk about a fifth inning, huh? Well, you don't see an American named Nigel very often.
There's not a lot of us.
Your parents Spinal Tap fans, you think?
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that could be it. So, how you feeling? What's going on?
Oh, well, it's a rough week, I guess.
What happened?
Wait, what happened?
I would love to get a damn Trump voter to call in one of these days. It's been forever. I just want to have a communion with them. I want to have a dialogue with them.
Someone that's in a good mood. Someone that's delighted.
Yeah, I just want to share some humanity with these people and express how I feel and hear what they feel and listen, because this is a time of listening. Maybe there's some growth that can happen. I can be honest with my concerns. I think they should be heard and appreciated, and I can be open to hearing your thoughts. But I'm not going to get it from you, Nigel. What line of work are you in?
I'm an industrial designer.
An industrial designer. Now that's interesting because that feels like somebody who is in what they would say is the real world, not this la-la land of showbiz or the bubble or whatever. Seems like that's like I don't know if I wouldn't consider it a blue collar job, but traditionally, but it's you are how do you define your job? Like in what sector are you?
Well, I design physical products. So currently I work for a company that makes like computers and stuff.
I'm not trusting what this guy designs if he's thinking about it in those terms. I don't know, computers, I guess. No, I'm just kidding you. So you're a guy that's like affected by these things that comes up in conversation about the economy and inflation and all the things, but still you seemed like you were somebody that was, I guess, voted for Harris and didn't want Donald Trump to come back into power, or is that how you felt?
Yeah, I did vote for Harris. I mean, I didn't do it enthusiastically, but went there, did my bubbles.
And why do you think you came to that conclusion?
To cast that vote?
Yeah, what was your motivation to vote for her?
Oh. Well, just that I think everything would be worse with Trump.
But you're not a shill for the elites, are you? Do you consider yourself a shill for the elites?
I don't think so.
Are you a useful
try not
idiot
to
for
be.
the mainstream media?
Yeah.
Do you have
No.
family? Are you a single man?
I've got a son.
All right.
He's 3 and kind of single father.
Oh, you're a single father.
3.
What's your kid's name? Baron?
Kai.
Ah, that's nice. Hawaiian.
All right. Well, go back to designing computers, okay? I got to move on.
Yeah.
It's good to hear from you.
Thanks for calling in.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Thanks for zooming.
Wait, Tim,
Thank
I
you.
just want to tell you.
probably-
I
yeah,
like-
he probably
Hey,
had
hey,
something-
hang on,
got
hang
something
on.
to say.
Got
He had
something
something
to
to
say.
say, probably. Yeah.
I should have asked before
I just wanted to compliment your new album.
Thank you.
I've been. One of 3 songs I sing to my son every night is "Buddy."
But
That's the last one.
well, that's not on the new album, but
I know. I'm getting there. Very good song, very good album, and you could have just petered out on this latest one, but I'm actually front to back. Feels very strong, and bottom of the 8th, I think is like a nearly perfect song.
Thank
to
you.
me. I'm not like
nearly.
a music aficionado of any
I don't know how I
kind,
could
but-
have gotten. I mean, what would have put it over the edge?
Probably a ripping guitar solo from Steve Vai.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the compliment. I'm hearing lots of
Yes.
compliments from strangers, not as many from friends.
Well, you just got one.
Are you looking at me?
I am looking at you.
I was like, what's going on? Great new album, Tim. Thanks so much.
You have a favorite track, Mikey?
For sure, buddy.
That's not on the new record.
I
though.
know, I'm joking.
Yeah, he's joking. No, that's okay. We're all busy.
I liked Top of the 7th better than Bottom
Easy.
of the 8th. Okay.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
All right, peace out.
I hope those guys keep Juan Soto. I don't want Juan Soto. People want the Dodgers to take Juan Soto.
The pounding.
Tim, I got a question.
Go ahead.
So you've been transitioning into music.
I'm not transitioning.
Well, no. So the last.
You know what?
tour-
If I do transition, it's going to be on the taxpayer's dime in jail. That's my goal. I'm going to go out and rob.
No, my point
and get
is
thrown in jail, and then have the procedure done, so I don't have to pay for it.
Well, first it was all comedy. Then it was the 2 Tims, half comedy, half music. Now this new tour, all music.
Well, that's
You would
not
consider
entirely,
that a transition, yes or no?
That's not entirely true. I mean, there's going to be a lot of comedy. First of all, you're going to be doing a set. Neil Hamburger is going to be doing a set, depending on where you live. And I intend to do some comedy during the set. I mean, I'm going to. Believe me, I got things planned. It's not just gonna be me up there moping around playing my music. It's gonna be full of mirth and joy.
Okay.
I'll be sitting. People saw the last tours. I sit down at the piano and I play some funny songs. I'm gonna go deep into the back catalog and play some deep cuts of funnier songs.
I do like some of
mix
their
it up. It's gonna be a
songs.
great night. Is that all right with you, Doug?
You got to bring Casey back.
That might be crossing a line.
Yeah.
What's his name? Coy. Remember Coy?
Oh,
wait, no. What was the guy that I came out with?
Troy.
T-R-O-Y,
Troy.
right?
Troy. With the fedora.
Well, Mikey, you're sort of legendary in our world because you were on tour with us in the Tim and Eric tours a lot, and some famous videos of me beating the shit out of you.
Yeah.
That should be put out in a more official way.
Well, yeah, let's figure that out. I enjoyed those tours. Thank you it took me around the world.
Yeah,
Australia.
you and I spent a lot of time together.
Hello,
on the bus.
Australia, everyone in Australia.
There you go. But I think about that sometimes because there's things that we do we throw away. We put up on YouTube or we put up on Instagram because we're in the moment. It's fun. We want to get it out there.
Yeah.
But it's like
Office hours.
that should be on DVD, and you should be able to rent it at the video store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it needs a little packaging and everything, but
Well, it'd be, you know, it'd be good. It'd be good as a like.
I'm not saying it's Criterion collection or anything, but it feels like things get kind of lost in the social media ocean.
It would be nice, like at the movie theater, you see that for 5 minutes before the movie plays.
Yeah, like a Three Stooges short.
Totally.
I'm pretty sure that I was there for the first head slams.
Definitely.
I was
That could
filming
be-
those early ones.
That's
sure.
fine. We have no contest.
I got to
no
dig
contest
through
there.
my files, and we'll put together a DVD compilation.
There's absolutely no contest there.
It got really fun when we started bringing a sort of witness in to like
Yeah,
the
post
security
Doug.
guard or
Post
you know,
Doug.
theater worker. Yeah, post Doug.
That's when we
Post
got
Doug
fun.
stuff. Like sure, Pete
real
Best was there
creative.
for those. Pete Best was there for those early Beatles shows
Yes.
at
And
the Cavern.
and
Stu Sutcliffe.
Sutcliffe. No.
But once Ringo came
No,
in.
who's the keyboardist on the roof that they
Well,
cropped
Billy
out?
Preston, but
Billy
we're talking about
Preston.
the end of it. That's not the direction I wanted to take the analogy.
I could. Do you mind if I could?
Excuse me.
Are you okay?
Do you want to do a head slam right here?
Yeah, why don't you come over here? Do you guys have a good sound effect?
Well, no, the thing about it, Tim, is you do the sound effect.
No,
What?
not at
Oh,
all.
a little.
I mean,
Or
we will,
Matt-
This is a good sound.
we will
Mikey
destroy
does it.
this.
This is a good sound.
One of you does it live. It's no.
Yeah, well, it's like
Well, I asked you to come into my studio, and I want you to
great
show
to be at
respect.
the show. Well, you know, I'm just trying my best.
We're out of practice.
Yeah.
Let's work it out.
I do this slap.
Yeah, Mikey does
I
the
do
slap.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We hide it. Where's the camera? Okay, cool.
here.
Right here. All right. So, hey,
What's the matter with you? You come into my studio wearing this. Wearing this. You look like you're coming off a basketball.
I didn't mean anything by it. I was just.
Get over here.
You blocked it with your hand.
do it.
You blocked it
I know
with
I
your
did.
hand.
Tim, you got to come in from the other side.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like that.
Let me see again.
messing up my
You all
ears.
We're out of practice.
The pounding.
I think it is. Come here, wait a second. Come here,
What?
I'm gonna grab you by the neck.
Yeah.
Listen, You understand me?
What?
I don't like the way you're treating everybody here. How did that look?
That's great. Realistic.
Now there was.
Now the best thing was if you walked into backstage and you found like a metal table, like
yeah.
a prep table.
Yes.
Because that sound,
That clang.
was just
That clang was amazing.
Yeah.
Now in the show, I think it was when I was the when you were
Closer?
business boys, the Clobus or what was it? What's it called?
Dobus.
Dobus. When you were Dobus and I was the intern, Michelob
Yeah.
Mike,
right.
and you guys would beat the shit out of me as the intern because I was
Right.
drinking on the job.
Yeah.
And I do remember you'd fake rough me up, but if we were having a good show, like if the crowd was hot,
Yeah.
before the Dobus bit, I would say,
Go
don't,
for it.
Go for it. Don't
Yeah.
lay back. Like don't hold back. And there was one night where I would kind of hold on to your arms for support as you're flinging me around.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the grip. And so I felt my body truly physically planing horizontal off of the ground by my neck and then rolled into it. And
Yeah.
it was
Painful.
it worked out.
But didn't you get a concussion at some point? Didn't you? No. I remember you hit your head backstage or something in Toronto. I remember.
Oh, yeah, that was
something.
yeah,
it was
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
unrelated to the bit. It was like.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Good days. Good days. I'm always happy when
so
you get
fun.
hurt.
Yeah. I loved it so much.
I don't want anybody to get hurt. Matt, what's happening?
Well, I could check in on the hotline. We have some sort of like general non-voters or didn't vote for either.
Oh yeah,
Let's do that. Let's do that. Bring that in.
Someone who thinks all voting is a scam. There's
Sure.
that kind of stuff.
I came real close to not voting. I was like just so pissed and enchanted with everything.
Oh, this guy's from Canada.
Well, there's a lot of local
too.
measures. You got to do the local measures.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's the main thing.
I don't know if he's qualified.
guys, how's it
Canadian
going?
Patrick, you have
Canadian Patrick.
to pick
I don't know
with.
how much I want to hear from you up there, but that's all right. What are you, Paul Giamatti?
I don't know, man. I just, I honestly don't buy. I think everybody's pre-selected. That's my take on the whole thing.
All right, thanks for checking in. Goodbye. I don't have any time for this guy saying everything is pre-selected. By who? Get a clue.
Let's check in on the hotline. Maybe there's somebody. Oh
Yeah, I don't
this
even
one.
understand that one.
Yeah, no time for that at all. You didn't want to let
Like
him
there's the
explain?
Illuminati or something.
I mean, they brought Biden in.
919, you're live on the hotline.
Prove he's wrong.
Hello.
Oh, hello. How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Me, Mars. I'm calling from Ypsilanti, Michigan.
How can I help you today? What's on your mind?
Well, I'm hot. My head's hot. My SO, my significant other, he's a rich farmer, and he voted for Trump. We're not talking.
Wow.
And yeah, just I want to know what you guys think of that.
Let me get this. Your husband is a rich farmer. Does that make you a rich farmer's wife?
We're married. We're not married. I work in the agriculture industry. He's a farmer. He's a cabbage farmer, and I work in lettuce.
Shut up.
We're a leafy people, and he voted for Trump, and I'm pissed about it.
I'm thinking like, if
think
you're a
this is a
rich
pun?
farmer, you're farming weed. There's no rich cabbage farmers, right?
No, there is.
Wait.
Oh, people don't.
All right. Are you being straight with me, or are you setting up for a pun here?
Yeah.
It feels like a pun setup here.
SO is insane.
It's real.
Significant other?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard that.
All right. So, but you're not married? I'm confused. This is your ex-husband?
They're partner. Her
Married.
partner.
Let her speak, Doug.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So you're
Stands
not
for significant other. SO.
significant other.
You're asking about people why they vote for Trump. Well, Trump is giving tax breaks to rich farmers, and he also made it so that they don't have to pay their laborers as much. They don't have to increase wages as much, and he gave them a bunch of money before the last election. So all the farmers voted for Trump.
Right, and that's is that the rationale that your significant other is saying this is good for me personally? That's sort of his angle.
Yeah, good for me personally. I think that's what they all say, right?
Sounds like he showed his true colors.
Well, the scary thing to me is this: it's like his economic plan seems to be as simple as, well, we're just going to drill for more oil. And I get that economically, yes, if you suddenly introduce a tremendous, if you just dump a huge amount of that resource into the economy, that it will bring down prices of, it'll trickle into other, the price of gas goes down, therefore all the prices start going down. But I mean, that means tapping into the oil fields in Alaska. And that means, the pace at which the climate disaster increases becomes much more present, right? I mean, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, you just have to care about anything but your own self-interest. But mostly people who have their own businesses, that's how they're successful, is they prioritize their own self-interest.
Well, it is very hard to look outside of your own immediate interests. I mean, it's really almost impossible to care about anything beyond you and your family. And the people that do are like, usually are very rare that you have people that are like literally sacrificing their lives for the good of other people, or there are people that are already in a stable place where they can, become philanthropic.
Yeah, but if you're a rich person that's extremely successful at business, you probably got there because you're maybe like a sociopath to begin with.
Right.
Well, you know who would have insight into
You
this?
just want
Walter
more
Masterson.
and more for yourself.
Well, thanks for the call. We're going to move on to our special guest.
Could I ask her a quick question?
Well,
about her
Walter's
partner?
here.
Let's hear it. Let's talk to her.
Yeah.
So he works in lettuce.
No, I work in lettuce.
Oh, okay. You work in lettuce. Are you doing?
Get it right, Doug. She works in lettuce. He works in cabbage.
Yeah, right. Okay, I got them mixed up. What are you doing, iceberg or which lettuce?
All right, let's move on to
like
Walter.
Butter lettuce.
I was down at the beach and I was saw my IO, my insignificant otter.
Walter, look at you. Nice to meet you, sir.
Oh my God, nice to meet all of you. Love this show. Big fan.
Thank you so much. Now,
thanks for having me on.
I have to admit, you're a little new. I've seen your stuff, but now I've the thing that caught my attention was your post-election tweet, which basically felt a little like a hand across the aisle to say, I don't like you who voted for Trump, but I want to let you know that I'll be there helping you when things go to shit, which is a little.
Yeah, when you're screwed over, when you're eventually screwed over by Trump era policies, by RFK running Health and Human Services, when you're illegally allowed to be kicked off of your health care for pre-existing condition on the basis of sex, on the basis of gender identity, all that fun stuff. Yeah, just want to, a little thing that the last person was saying with regards to drilling. There was a law from 2015. The Republicans made the Democrats pass it as part of a bill where oil companies are allowed to sell domestic oil to foreign countries. So Biden's drilling I think 13. It's like triple what Trump ever drilled, but all of that oil, most of it, is going to foreign countries because oil companies are allowed to sell to foreign countries. I try to explain this to MAGA. It's like talking to a wall because they've been so propagandized.
Yeah.
Into this. It's extraordinarily frustrating.
It's very frustrating. This one was, I saw this this morning. Oh shit, it just went, that's really annoying. It went away. Oh no, it says, so this is according to any kind of metric The Economist, I guess it is, says the U.S. has had more jobs created under Biden than any 4-year period in U.S. history, but only 19% of independent voters think jobs are increasing right now, and a whopping 80% say there is no job growth or jobs are decreasing. So there's just the polar opposite. For the whatever's happening on the ground in real people's in the world is not what has been sold to the people, and the people decided to choose the story versus the facts. Is that the biggest thing that happened in this election? Oh, we're muted on him. I think you muted yourself, which. Sorry, go ahead.
Here's my biggest issue the last several years when I've been doing what I do is the propaganda machine I can't compete with that.
No.
Right? I mean, I can't compete. Undocumented immigrants in 2022, undocumented, paid $97 billion into the tax system. You wouldn't know that from listening to, Fox News, Joe Rogan Effect, and New York Post. All of the propaganda.
Yeah, Tim Pool or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I can't compete with that. And, that is going to be, that's the most insidious thing of these. And, you're right, your left-wing media is not going to talk about any of those things. They're just going to talk about how bad Trump is. They're not going to actually refute talking points because most of those outlets are pretty sheltered and they don't hear these talking points until it's become so mainstream that it's just reality.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's very frustrating because when I would see Trump say that they're emptying out the mental institutions and they are these roaming gangs of vicious murderers, basically running cities the way he describes it, no one came out and picked that apart on a factual basis. Nobody came out and said, well, there is no evidence that any mental institution in Guatemala has been emptied out. As far as I know, maybe he's right. I don't know. Nobody's telling me the opposite version of that story.
Yeah, and it's just been something that, you can't compete. There's all this Kamala should have done this, should have done that. There's a ton of disinformation out there that, her campaign alone cannot compete with. If the Democratic Party or if the progressives want to win any election going forward, there needs to be some foundation set up to deal with all of the disinformation that comes out, because a lot of the liberals, are going to think, oh, well, eventually people are just going to get fed up with Trump. That's not how it's going to go. There's going to be a massive disinformation machine convincing the American public that everything's great.
Yeah.
Like the world's not on fire, right? I mean, and it's going to be like and it's also going to be combined with this information machine of like, RFK's conspirituality machine. Because he's ramping up right now to spread like a ton of disinformation and mobilize and do all the things he wants to do.
Yeah.
In my opinion, his disinformation is going to be way more insidious, in my opinion, because it's going to grab a lot of conspirituality people. It's going to grab a lot of people on the left.
Yeah, it already has. It certainly has, like the Russell Brand faction or whatever. That
yeah,
listen,
it's more insidious.
And we have to be honest about some things. We have to be honest that the establishment has set up this problem. The big food companies, the agriculture, the big pharma, all these things have created such distrust and have created this capitalism itself.
You have for-profit entities. No one trusts healthcare companies to do the right thing and act and out of, but they're going to blame the wrong culprit every time. Instead of blaming capitalism, they're going to blame like Democrats, right?
Yeah. So where do we go from? Well, it's too early. I think first of all, I think it's too early to really say much, right? Let's just be honest about that. Like, I mean, we can start predicting, but what's the point? My point of view is like if things start going bad, we can talk about them. We should always be keeping the vulnerable in our sights as far as trying to protect them wherever we can. So, nobody's getting deported today, but they will be at some point in the near future, and we should be ready to do what we can do to make sure that the right people are not getting abused by an insane system that this guy set up, or all down the line. But at the moment, we should just be ready to resist when the opportunities present themselves. But they're not quite here yet. Is that fair?
Oh yeah, no, and it's like it's probably the most real and present danger that we're ever gonna see. I mean, Trump didn't expect to win last time. He wasn't prepared to do the things he wanted to do. This time they are fully prepared, and they actually have a mandate.
They do.
The last thing that I'm going to say is probably the one that I'm personally most afraid of is right after January 6th, the death threats that I got went down to almost nothing because people realized they were no longer acting on behalf of the President of the United States of America. This time, people are going, when they come at me, they're going to come at me and come at, progressives with, the feeling that they are acting on the behalf of the President of the United States of America.
Right.
That was always the most troubling thing for me to deal with, is people behaving with impunity.
Yeah, and people when he pardons the J6ers, even more argument to say that yes, that you will be you have impunity.
Trump's not going to have to say, he's not going to have to personally do anything within his administration. If he, labels someone as an enemy of the state, that person will be under attack by, American citizens, just private citizens. And that is the most terrifying part to me, because I've been on the receiving end of that for years.
Yeah, me too. By the way, me too.
Yeah, and I know the difference when it's directed, solely by an individual versus like someone feels like they have the weight of the government behind them.
Well, what if for the we've got the good liars, we have you, we got all these people out there. I think making content that is entertaining but also informed and
Vic Berger.
Well, I was going to say if we just throw up like a sacrificial lamb like Vic to the gallows and say he represents all of these anti-Trump comedian types,
Yeah, he's it. Like if you once you kill him, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kill. Yeah.
I think
And
that's
it,
fair,
like,
right?
That's fine.
And then they won't. Then of course they won't invent anything else in their head ever again.
Right.
Because I mean, as we know from MAGA, they never invent problems in their head. They deal with real time data, and they
Right.
change their mind when they're given new information. I mean, this is, we're dealing with very rational people here. So
I mean,
I think that's
let me
a
say
wonderful solution.
Obviously, there's the extremists in the MAGA party and the electorate. The QAnon and Proud Boys and all that. But that doesn't represent the vast majority of people that just decided to vote for Trump, right? You had millions and millions of people that are low informed, don't care, think about their own small little world, aren't thinking about the way democracy works, or Ukraine, or trans people. They're just thinking of it's too expensive to fill up my tank, right? Like those people seem like are still maybe reachable.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a vast portion that it's reachable that are actually committed to populism and not phony populism.
Yeah,
they're not committed. Like they're misled. There are people that there's probably people that voted for Obama, then they voted for Trump, and whatever, and they'll vote for whoever seems like it's in their best interest. So yeah, that's all of this is true. You want to reach those people and people that aren't propagandized into oblivion.
But I think like the MAGA it fits the actual like definition and elements of a cult, and to get these people to actually like realize what's going on, you have to almost break them out of religion. It's like getting somebody out of Scientology, but there's millions of people in this who are having the shared fantasy with Trump, and they're not living in reality. So I don't know. I think it's more on that level.
No, so it's terrifying.
Yeah.
If you go to a QAnon rally, it's like a Christian revivalist movement.
Mhm.
It's like a mega church.
Right. But what was
And,
what was the popular vote for Trump? Like 70 million?
Oh God, what was it? He got a few more million. I mean, he actually got the popular vote and the electoral college this time.
I mean, but out of 70 million, what, 2 million are in the cult?
Oh God, a lot more than that.
More than that?
More than that. Not just 2 million. I mean, I wish it was just a tiny number. I mean, there's plenty of people that think that
I just think the numbers say like, I don't know. To me, I feel like it's even if it's 10 million, there's still 60 million people that are just like don't care enough about other people and just want cheaper things. And so I'm saying it's a positive thing that this is not a 70 million strong cult of personality. This is just it's the front wing. It's the forward wing of that movement, but it's not as insurmountable as I would fear. But it doesn't matter. They still have tremendous power, and they have zealots and ideologues now in power that are going to make this country look very, very different.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been struggling with the past 48 hours of the fact that what I've been doing, should I keep doing what I've been doing? Do I pivot? What do I do differently? Because obviously our country is not going to be the same.
Right.
It's not the same anymore. Like everything is much different. And, the institutions that we have are going to be gutted from the inside. Department of Education, gutted. I mean, that's
been
not
gutted.
Project
It's been
2025.
gutted for a while, though.
Oh yeah, they've
make
started
no
eliminating
illusions.
the Head Start program. They're gonna do all of the things they wanted to do the first time, but just couldn't because they didn't have loyalists.
They're going out
working
back
for
to
them in
shoot the
government.
old dog. That's dying. But I mean, the other thing that gives me some kind of hope or pause is the capitalism is still ruling the day. So somebody is going to go into Trump and say, why don't we not do all this? Because it's going to wreck the economy. But like the guys that are the sales rep for Nabisco, which
Good guy. He's a good guy.
Like, or whatever it is, like that world is still, and for better or for worse, mostly for worse, but like what Trump's talking about is revolutionary change in a way that's very, sometimes there's a populist angle to it that's interesting and maybe possibly exciting, but then there's this sort of Christo-fascist, moralizing side that is scary as hell. But let's just take the economic side. Like him and all those guys are talking about this kind of populism stuff, but that will be potentially very extremely disruptive to like normal way of life. And I feel like is Trump's golfing buddies going to allow that? Maybe they will. Maybe they want to just set it on fire and see what happens. But I don't know.
I think as far as
Yeah,
Democrats,
you're saying like, I mean, that's the old adage. Like, the best thing that to destroy capitalism will be capitalism.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so it's like so I mean, that's I'm interested to see, like, you have the FTC Lena Khan. She's not going to be around anymore, and she was the stopgap for a lot of tomfoolery, just outright nonsense that big companies wanted to do that she put a stop to. And I mean, things like supermarkets wanted to be able to change the price dynamically, as just on a whim, and they wanted to have digital LED things. I believe Lena Khan was the one who was like, no, none of that is happening. Things like that, where I wonder how badly consumers will like openly get screwed over, to where like people will be like start to make the connection.
But then
hopefully,
the tech bros and giants and Musk and all them, they're going to create a alternate reality of information that makes it feel like, well, you might be having a bad day, but everybody else is cruising along, and there you go. This is about you being a better person.
Yeah, no, like I said, like you're 100% right, to where it is. I'm curious to see what mechanism is created in the next few years that could counter all of this. The only thing that I had seen that was like the best fight against disinformation, ironically, is TikTok. And I was one of my upsets that Joe Biden like pushed forward the TikTok ban, because I was like, that is the only thing that keeps right-wing disinformation from actually getting disproved. And I was like, I don't understand this. It's like, you'll have someone on there that actually works in a public some area that has expertise that will make a 5-minute video saying like, oh, well, actually, when I worked for FEMA, this is how FEMA works.
Right.
And,
yeah. Like,
and it'll be some boring video, but they'll do it at the right time. And because TikTok, every video has the potential to be a viral video, that video would get 5 million views or something like that. And everyone would go, wow, okay, well, actually, wait, Trump is lying about how FEMA works. Wow, okay, this person who works at FEMA just explained it in like a very granular, unsexy way. And,
right.
I don't know, people will watch it, things like that. And no one will be able to counter it and subtweet it and ratio it the same way that they would, on Twitter and so on. Like, Instagram will not be any help with disinformation.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have to run, but it was great to talk to you and meet you, and thank you for the work you're doing. And I hope you take a little break and then continue to do it. That would be my message to you if you're looking.
It's involuntary. I've been absolutely gutted. This past day, like you asked me to come on the show. I was just late because I was like, huh?
Yeah, where are you walking around, by the way? We don't usually like the walking around, but we're accepting it today. Where are you?
I am walking around Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Getting a bunch of things done. I've been traveling swing states the past few weeks.
Yeah,
so
well, please, seriously, for your own sake, for your own health, get some rest and come back and keep doing what you do. And maybe we'll see you in person.
I'm happy to come on the show anytime. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Walter. Take care. Be safe. All the best.
TikTok is turning kids trans.
All right. Well, I suppose we could go out with on that note.
We're just thinking about him.
Huh?
We're just thinking about him.
Is that your Walter Masterson? I thought he made a lot of sense. Yeah.
You're not going in. Vladimir, you're not going in.
Build that wall. Build that
Why don't we do this? We'll take a quick break.
I don't read.
But it's not a break.
It's not a break. We're
It
gonna
really
watch
isn't
the
a
new
break. In
Tulip
a lot of ways, it's not a break.
Yeah.
We're going to show the world premiere of Mikey.
And this is reaching across the aisle in a way.
This is
because
nonpartisan humor.
Because most people on both sides just want to get wet on a fundamental level.
I agree.
Do you agree?
I don't always want to get wet. If I'm cold, I don't want to get wet.
Spiritually wet, physically wet,
don't mind being
financially
dry.
wet.
Yeah.
You know, Dave is on the Zoom. Do we want to bring him on now or talk to him after the screening?
Well, we're running a little late here, so
Okay.
let's get him after the video.
Let's have him intro it. He can say the name of it.
Dave, you want to
And then
intro?
We'll talk to him more after. How about that?
How does he hear me? Maybe he hears that.
And Dave, promote the Patreon at patreon.com/office
Yeah.
live.
I got this to help me through it. It's too wet paint.
Oh no! Hey!
Too wet paint. I highly recommend it. Let's watch this video.
All right, here's the video. We'll talk to you after the break, after the video, Dave. And thanks for watching. Join patreon.com/officehours live to support the show. It's only $5 a month, and what a valuable asset that would be in your portfolio.
TBS.
Check this out,
Very
Mikey.
funny.
Woo! Yeah.
Huh? Me? What does it look like I'm doing? I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm up. I've been up, obviously. Hey, Doug, you gotta come see this. Some wild messages.
What?
You're not gonna believe this. The ocean is sexing me.
Huh? No, it's not.
Yeah, she's feisty. It's hot.
There's no sexting.
I swear, it was right here. I'm up. I am up.
Come on. Let's get you home, Mikey. Okay? Let's go.
Yo, for real, she was sexting.
You're good. Come on.
Sandshine.
What's
Shine
this?
what?
I'm a sand shiner. I get the sand off your feet. I got my rags and I'm ready to shine. No grains remain when I'm done.
Okay.
How long you been shining sand?
My dad shined sand. He was part of the Sandshine generation. He did all the big names. Pamela Anderson, Hasselhoff, Hopkins. Our family goes back generations.
My family goes back generations too.
My great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpappy sanded all the Egyptian pharaohs. Tut, Patra, Tut-2, Hotep Triple.
That is ancient.
You guys want a nice cold sandwich?
Nah, we're good. Just the sand.
Well, $16 for 4 feet.
You take coins?
Sorry, you gotta download the app to pay me.
What app?
Bunyan. It's the Sandshine app. With Bunyan, you can book shines, keep track of your grains, even connect with other Bunyan users.
Sorry, I'm on a screen fast.
Take card?
Yeah, sure. It's gonna ask you a few questions.
I don't know how to answer these questions. I'm sick of these questions.
Don't worry about it. You can pay me in favors.
When?
What favors?
You'll know.
That shine guy missed a grain. Should I download Bunyan and complain?
Nah, let it go.
Ah, you're right.
Well, I'm gonna call it.
Great beach day.
Yep.
Same thing tomorrow?
True.
Do you prefer the honey bucket?
No.
Or the KM Legend?
Not the favors.
You ever get a swirly in a porta potty?
Please, not the favors.
I call it the soft serve. Let me show you how it's done.
No! No! Oh man, these waves are too fast today.
Time for my favors. My ice cold sandwiches, they're down here by the pier. Come on.
Bet.
Say less.
You go over here.
I love you, Doug.
Okay.
Look, I can't really shine these with my rags. Would you guys mind taking them down to the ocean and rinsing them off? My son says I can't get wet.
All right.
Is this good?
Yep, every last grain. Come join me. There's enough for all of us. See, I'm not a nightmare porta potty guy. I'm just a nice sandshiner who loves ICSs. Don't forget the chips.
Gotta have my crunch.
By the way, where's your son?
Oh, he's up there.
What's wrong with his face?
You know how adults get facelifts? He got a face drop. That's what the kids are doing.
Ah.
Sunshiner, he just wants to get every grain off your foot. Sunshiner, he just wants to get